We're back again, and today we're making beats with Joel's bass. So this bass is a 2013 Squier jazz bass that belongs to my mate Joel. He's been kind enough to lend it to me while mine's in the shop getting fixed. So it's only right that we make some banging beats while we've got it. So Fender started making these basses way back in 1960. Before that came the precision bass. These were aimed more at jazz players, hence the name jazz bass or J bass. Squier then started making these by Fender in 82 and 83, so they've been making these a long time. And the design hasn't really changed. I can see why they're popular. Today we're going straight into the interface. Amplitude 5 plug-in with an SVX bass amp. Sounds good. Let's get on a beat. Right, let's get at it. For the first beat, I've opened up an old project with this sample. Some drums. I like it. I don't know why I haven't finished it. I've got an 808 on it as well. But I feel like everyone put an 808 on it. So let's put a live bass on it, see what we can do. It's pretty hard already. Just need some more sauce. That's the sauce, smooth. I'm rating that. One bass line, let's finish the beat. So the sound we've got for the guitar is Qtron envelope filter that opens up with harder dynamics, hard, soft, into an analog delay. Next up, we've got to do the keys. So for the keys, I've got two instances of contacts. I've got one running the orchestral strings that are free with the contact player, doing the plucked sound, and then we've got Soul Sessions, Smoky Drips, panning them left and right. But what the real source is this plugin, the Reactor FX strip. We've got that on the main bus of these two sounds, and we've got this free effect from the Reactor library called Deep Water, which is an emulation of Fairfield Circuitry's Shallow Water, which I actually have on my board. I love this effect. This one's not like the real thing, but it does the job. It's a low pass gate, takes all the high end off sounds, gives it a bit of a chorus and vibrato. But what that does by taking the top end off is we leave a lot of room for vocalists. And you know, we're not filling up all that space, and we're giving it a nice thick sound. Some people say muddy. What do you think? Leave a comment or whatever. Last but not least, I put some risers and some drum fills in. I've also automated that sample on the intro, high and low cut, and a bit of an LFO. Some bubbles and risers again. I've got this drum fill into the intro. Don't forget the chimes. And finally, for the chorus, we brought the 808 bass back in. With a live bass, we've cut the low end off it, giving the 808 room to breathe. I think it sounds nice. That's that beat done. On to the next one. Right, so for beat 2, I started it yesterday, just testing out the bass. I found this guitar sample. We've got the second chord split into low end and high end. Like that. I've got this extra sample on top. Some proper boom bap samples to get us going. I wasn't going to use this because it's got a pretty simple bass line on it. But I kind of wanted to show that not every bass line has to be, you know, the best bass line in the world. You know, how many bass lines can you remember? A lot of bass lines are just hitting the one, creating that tight rhythm with the drums. You know, not every bass line is a golden bass line. So I thought I'd use this beat, you know, show what this bass can do. So we've got the bass going straight into amplitude, sub, a little bit of compression. Just pulsing. And I'm imagining where them kicks are going to be. Let's put some drums on it. Right, so we've got the drums in. We've got some subtractive EQ going on over here. We've also got the kick, the snap, and the bass going to this compressor, sidechain compressor, doing some New York or parallel compression. What this is doing is it's really squishing the peaks with a hard ratio. And what we do is we mix this in over here. And that's giving it a lot of energy, you know, just in the background. Not making it louder, but it's just making it more full. On the bass, we've got a compressor as well. And what that's doing is just sidechain. You know, if you don't know how to do that, we do this like this. So we put your kick audio in over here. So that's without. And you put the kick in. You see here that the kick's reacting to the compressor on the bass, and what that does is it ducks it out of the way. Sidechain, classic trick. Now you know. But yeah, there it is. Right, let's put a melody on it. I think this one will sound good with a bit of piano. Nice bit of blues piano, tidied the MIDI up a little bit, but that one's done. Everything's nice, keeping it simple. Right, so if you made it this far, I'll let you in on a little secret. That first beat wasn't the first go. You know, not every beat you make or you try and make is the best beat ever. Like I said about the bass lines, and you know, I tried a few yesterday. I made this one. Don't know where I was going with that, and I made this funky one. Which, this is really fun to play, but you know, every time you sit down you're not going to make the best thing ever. Sometimes you've got to go through the motions, you've got to turn up to make the good stuff, you know. And sometimes you've got to make a few crap beats to make a good one. But you know, there we are, a couple beats done, eventually. So there you have it, a couple of bass lines with Joel's bass. You know, I really like these jazz basses. I've never owned one myself, but it's nice to really get some time to put some bass lines down on my own music. It's quite inspiring. It's like the typical quintessential bass. If you ask someone to draw a bass, to draw this bass probably, you know, it's just very familiar, iconic. You know, and this one's really nice, got loads of mojo. Really enjoyed making these beats with it. But if you made it this far, don't forget to subscribe, like, all that good stuff. It really helps me out. I'm really enjoying these videos at the moment. So I'll catch you on the next one in a bit. Yeah, bonus points if you know all the bass lines.